We've played yet, maybe as good as we've practiced and or played. If we can continue to be that balanced offensively and keep improving defensively week in, week out, we got a chance to be pretty good.
Kayla Daniels having herself a night tonight, got hot early, 27 points tonight. She was feeling it. What did you see from her?
It's what was open. You know, they wanted to flood the paint on Chelsea's drives and not come off Lex, and that's that make them wrong mentality. And it's also the maturity of Chelsea, you know, to, hey, the drive's not there, I'm going to kick it out. She had, I think, 4 assists at halftime or 5 assists at halftime, 12, 6, and 6 on a night when the other team wants to do, okay, if that leads to 96 points for us, then that's just maturity on her part. But Michaela, go back to Michaela that you talked about. If you saw this kid play during the summer, you already knew this, and it's a great week for this to happen because of recruiting rankings and all the stuff that we talk about during this week. Nobody had heard of this kid because of this where she played until after her senior year. So it's a great example for kids to look out there, and if they're not a 4-star or a 5-star or whatever, just keep your head down and keep playing and find the right fit, and that's what happens. But she's a big-time scorer. She scored 47 as a sophomore in her state high school finals, so she's got more in her, I promise you.
I know that this game has been competitive in the past, but how kind of nice was it to kind of take care of business tonight?
We were just as good as we could be, and I don't think they played as good as they played. And I think that goes to Coach Schaefer's defensive scout for this particular team now 2 years in a row, really takes them away. You know what they want to do. They are driven by the three-point line, and they only make 2 the entire game. We gave up a bunch of 2s, and we fouled a little bit more, but that's the trade-off. You know, that's the trade-off with that. So it never felt easy, but with this particular team, you know their quick strike ability. You can see that they've got that scores. But for us to get a win like this over them, the way they're playing, I'll have a hard time tomorrow in film finding stuff to be nitpicky about. But we will.
Coach, Taylor didn't score but had led the team in rebounds. Only had 1 turnover in 21 minutes.
Yeah. Dennis Rod. She's going to have a Dennis Rodman night. She's going to have 21 rebounds and no points. I don't remember what Rodman used to have those all the time, and she's accepted that mentality. If points come, she didn't even attempt a field goal. And 2 years ago, she would have gone and found a couple. I promise you. She would have found a way to get a couple of attempts up. But, hey, this is what she does. She's settled into that role. And, you know, if she only played 21 minutes. If that kid plays 30 minutes, she's going to get 12 to 15 rebounds because she goes after every single one of them. She had another 2 or 3 in her hands that got knocked loose or whatever, but she drew a couple fouls tonight. And you're going to see some nights like that. She's going to have some big rebound nights, and points will just kind of come and go. But very, very efficient. She's playing her role, and she's really obviously been a huge difference for us early in the year. Yeah, Grant?
How did the Daniels recruiting go for you?
Really lucky in that she had a prior relationship with former assistant coach Lacey Goldwire, who was here. Her mother and father are in the military and had been relocated from Oklahoma to Maryland. And we were very lucky that we found her early and offered her early and got a commitment from her early. She goes on and is Miss Basketball in the state of Maryland. And if you research the state of Maryland Miss Basketballs, most of them go to Maryland, UConn, or Notre Dame. And because of the prior relationship, the early recruitment of her, getting her to understand that we were graduating Malika Monk and the timing was right and everything just fit. So a little bit of luck followed by a lot of hard work and really a good fit and good timing for and she makes a wise decision. And she's it's been a good fit, obviously.
Coach Neighbors, I'll kind of ask you the same question I asked Alexis. And how does it feel to, you know, the key on Chelsea and have another player this early in the season step up and, you know, you play such a complete game. And
yeah.
A lot of people want to talk about Michaela's big night, but you held a good ORU team to 20 points under their average.
Yeah, and Lex saying that's a mature sign too, because that's a kid that goes out and does – now as a result of that, she goes 7 out of 11, 4 out of 6, 4 rebounds, 18 points, 3 assists, no turnovers, 3 block shots. You know, come on. She's never going to block 3 shots again, but she has a brilliant night, and she talks about the freshmen. And she just did it on radio too. That's a senior being a leader, knowing that, you know, it's going to be somebody's night every night. we've had a different leading scorer, I think, several early in the year with our exhibition games. And I'm telling you, when you get prepared, when you're trying to prepare and you look up and you got 5 kids that are near double figures, I thought Aaron Barnum gave us a good spark tonight as well around there. Maturity for Alexis to say that, but she played pretty good herself. She's in a really good frame of mind right now.
I was going to ask about Aaron. 16 or so minutes off the bench, the highest of your bench players. How is she coming along as you continue to try to intricate her into your system?
Hers is about understanding what we're trying to do. Last year she was the other team's best player a lot in practice, and she didn't necessarily get to run a lot of our stuff. So it's just getting her in a comfortable mode. I don't want to put her out there too early. She is a freshman as well. I don't want to put her out there too early in positions where she doesn't have a chance to succeed, but she's starting to get it. She's starting to make the most of her opportunity, and she's watching a little more film. She's staying in the gym a little bit extra, and a little bit of success will do that to you. It make you want to practice a little bit harder, and I'm proud of her maturity in how she's handling it.
Okay, Mario said that I could ask about Stony Brook. He gave me a thumbs up. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Save us from a team much like ORU in that they can beat you a lot of different ways. They do rely on the 3 some. They've got a little bit more size. Not just one big kid. They have a couple of bigs. They're another team that called us to play. And I think when you do that, they're a team that is expecting a lot out of their year. It'll be another quick turnaround for us, 1 day and a half of prep. A team that if we don't play well can certainly beat us. If we shoot it and play like that with the crowd that we had, our chances will improve.
Any other questions for Coach Neighbors? Had to have been good to see Avery get in and hit 2 threes at the end.
She's been doing it in practice to us all the time, so I'm glad she finally did it to another team. She's getting more comfortable too. She's a good shooter. She went 6 out of 9 in one of our exhibition games against ourselves, so she's capable of doing it. Team was in the state finals last year. She had Division I scholarship offer. She just wanted to be a Razorback, and there is so much value in kids wanting to be Razorbacks, and it was fun to see her do that. She was playing out of position, by the way, too. She's never played that spot. She's usually the point guard, but I left her and IT in there together, so she's probably going to be lobbying for some minutes at the 2 right now, and I don't have any reason not to give her a shot, probably.
Any other questions for Coach Neighbors?
Thanks for sticking around, everybody.